Hey, what's up guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to TRHD. Today I'm back with a brand new video and this time I have an awesome new product from Xiaomi. It's a budget 3-axis smartphone gimbal. I'm very excited to unbox and show you this new product, so let's get started with the video. The model of this gimbal is Mijia 3-axis smartphone gimbal. This is a very cheap, budget-friendly gimbal and comes in this sort of box packing. It's a plain white box with a picture of the gimbal on the top. Now almost everything on this box is written in Chinese. That's because it's available only in China right now. Let's see what else is written on the box. Now this is a smart 3-axis gimbal and has lots of awesome features like AI smart object tracking, time-lapse, multiple shooting modes and various special shooting effects. At the back of the box you have the specs of this product. It has a 5000 mAh large battery that can provide you up to 16 hours of continuous usage, and the gimbal weighs about 476 grams. So that's it, there's nothing much written on it. Let's get started with the video. Let me grab my knife and cut the seal on the box. I want to thank GearBest for sending me this product for review. Right now there's a special sale going on GearBest website with up to 50% discounts on a few products. So do visit their website, I'll just leave a link to that in the description box below. So on opening the box, we've got some paperwork at the top. Looks like a user manual, but it's completely written in Chinese, not of any big use to us. Let's keep it aside and check out the gimbal. So here it is guys, Xiaomi's brand new budget 3-axis smartphone gimbal. Did I tell you that you can use this gimbal even for action cameras? Yes, you heard me right, it also works with action cams. So this is how beautiful our Xiaomi smartphone gimbal looks like. Wow, it's a white color gimbal with silver accents all over it. And check out these movements. They feel buttery smooth. The build quality of the gimbal is really good. Looks like it's mostly made of plastic but feels very premium when you hold it in your hand. It's also quite lightweight, only weighs about 476 grams. We'll check it out in a moment. First let's see what else do we have in the box. You get a USB cable for charging the gimbal. That's it, so these were all the items we got in the box. Now let's check out the Mijia smartphone gimbal. The gimbal has a good build quality and looks quite attractive in white color. It's got buttery smooth movements, has high precision and powerful motors. The gimbal is also comfortable to hold in the hand. It has an anti-slip rubber at the back to give you that extra grip while shooting. Now let me show you all the controls on the gimbal. At the top you have a status LED indicator, a 4-way navigational joystick to control the movements of the gimbal. The quality of the joystick is nice. Below that you have two buttons. The top button is to shoot photos and this one is a power/video record button. At the bottom you have 4 LED indicators which indicate the battery life, and below that you've got the Mijia logo. Now let's see what's at the back side. There's a slide switch over here to control the zoom on your phone, so yes, it also supports zoom function. And below that there's a trigger button to access different modes on the gimbal. The quality of all these buttons is good, they feel tactile and clicky. This is that anti-slip rubber padding I was talking about. It's just the size of your hand and provides good grip while holding the handle. There's also a hole over here to fix your lanyard in it. At the side you have a micro USB port for charging this gimbal, and on the bottom there's a rubber flap under which you have a 1/4" thread, so you can even fix this gimbal onto a tripod or a monopod. So those were all the different controls and buttons on it. Now let's talk about the axis. The pan axis has a 360-degree unlimited rotation, while the remaining two roll and tilt axis do not support full 360-degree rotations. As you can see, the movements on this gimbal are very smooth. Now most of the gimbal's body is made of plastic except the head of all the 3 motors. They're made of aluminum and have a CD-like texture on them. Let me show you the phone holder. The phone holder has a clip-like design that extends like this. It supports phones from 5.6 to 8.6 cm in width and is also compatible with action cameras. It also has smooth rubber padding inside so it doesn't scratch your phone. And at the back side you have a screw to adjust the phone holder in either landscape or portrait mode. It's a metal screw and the quality is very nice with chamfered edges at the sides. You just need to unscrew it and change the holder from landscape to portrait mode. So that was our overview on the design and the build quality of this Mijia gimbal. Now I'll just fix my phone on it and tell you about the different shooting modes. Fixing the phone on this gimbal and balancing it was just a piece of cake. You have a single screw on the roll axis for balancing and the process took less than 30 seconds. So as soon as you power on the gimbal, it enters in the pan follow mode. It has a total of 5 modes. We'll check them out one by one. In the pan follow mode, the gimbal follows your movements only in the pan axis, while the tilt and roll axis are locked, just like this. It works pretty well. Plus, with the help of navigational joystick, you can fully control the gimbal. You can pan it in the left and right directions and even tilt it up or down. If the gimbal is in some odd positions and you want to bring it back to its initial state, just double tap the trigger at the back. Very simple, right? Now let me tell you about the next feature. It's called the lock mode. By pressing and holding the trigger button at the back, you can activate the lock mode. In this mode, all the 3 axes are locked in its current state and do not move no matter how you move the gimbal. This is called the side shot. If you bring the gimbal's handle parallel to the ground, it automatically enters into side shot, allowing you to shoot videos vertically. And there's also invert mode on it that helps you get some low altitude shots. All these modes work very nicely. And there's one more final mode called the flashlight mode. Now this is a unique mode which helps you use the gimbal in this position. It's a very useful mode and especially comes in handy when you're shooting videos while running. So these were all the different modes on Xiaomi's Mijia 3-axis smartphone gimbal. Now let's put this gimbal to some action and see how it performs. I fixed my Galaxy S9 Plus on the Mijia 3-axis gimbal. Let's shoot some sample videos and see how the gimbal performs. I'm shooting this video in 4K and casually walking in the park. The footage looks buttery smooth, right? It feels like the camera is just gliding in the air. This kind of smooth footage is only possible with a 3-axis gimbal. The Xiaomi's gimbal does a really good job here. It completely minimizes the shake in the video. Coming to the battery life, it has a 5000 mAh battery and the battery life was very good. On an average, I was getting around 14 to 15 hours of continuous working time on a single charge, and charging the gimbal from 0 to 100 took about 3.5 hours. Now let's put a little more stress on the gimbal. Let's run and see how it handles. Nice! Even though I'm running, there is very minimum shake in the video. You can get some great cinematic shots with this gimbal. I'm quite impressed by its performance. So that was my video on the Xiaomi's new Mijia 3-axis smartphone gimbal. It's a really good budget gimbal. The build quality is nice, it looks attractive in white color, and it also feels comfortable while shooting. The battery life was also excellent and the performance was also very good. But there are a few things that I didn't like about the gimbal and I felt the company could have improved. The first thing is the app, guys. The app that you get with this gimbal is completely in Chinese. You don't understand a word what it's telling. It was very difficult to use the app, that's why I didn't show you all of its smart features like those AI object tracking, time-lapse features and some other features which the app offered. I couldn't use them at all because everything was in Chinese. I hope Xiaomi releases an English update soon so we can also use those smart features of this gimbal. And one more thing is, this gimbal had limited modes on it. It only had a pan follow mode, a lock mode and some other modes like those flashlight mode and inverted mode. These are also present on the competitor gimbals, but it lacked some major modes like full follow mode and selfie mode. They were really useful and I used them a lot on the other competitor gimbals. That said, if Xiaomi could add these features by a software update in future, this gimbal would be awesome. It costs about 8,900 rupees and is available on GearBest. I'll just leave a link to that in the description box below. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more new awesome videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one.